Hello, welcome to another revision video for AQA GCSE Religious Studies. This one is focusing on Buddhist beliefs and practices, and we're going to look at schools of Buddhism and human destiny. These two things are often tied together. You can teach schools of Buddhism separately, but they are linked in with the different beliefs about human destiny. So the three main schools of Buddhism that we look at are Theravada, which I've just realized I've spelt wrong, Mahayana, and Pure Land. And Pure Land is actually a branch of Mahayana Buddhism. Think of them like Christian denominations. They generally believe the same thing, but in slightly different ways. So let's have a look. The school. So Theravada, spelt wrong again. I think I'll have to check that. So this is the school of the elders. It is the oldest school in Buddhism, and the emphasis is on a monastic life. So being monks and nuns, essentially. The Buddha is the focus of worship as a teacher, but isn't a god. And the goal is to achieve personal enlightenment. And the Theravadan school teaches the 5 aggregates or skandhas, which we looked at in a previous video. Did we? Probably not. We'll have a look at them now. But we did. Okay, so the 5 aggregates, the 5 things that make up a person, are form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Basically, a person's body or another object. This is the feelings or sensations that occur when you come into contact with something. Perception is the recognition of what things are based on your experience. Mental formations are the thoughts and opinions regarding the things you experience, and consciousness is awareness of the world around you. So what is it? This is you, all right? This is what it means to be human. And when we say me or myself, as we are down here, we are actually, according to the Buddha, referring to these 5 things, these aggregates, these skandhas that are constantly changing. So the truth is, there is no fixed you. Now, it's a good idea to develop an example of how the 5 aggregates work. I nicked this from a book somewhere. I can't remember where it was, so if I'm violating copyright, then I'm sorry. So we wear socks, jeans, shirts, gloves, and a hat. That's us, right? 5 things makes up a clothed human. But if you take them all off and put them in the washing machine, that's the world. Those 5 things are not the real essence of us. We're not there because there isn't a real us. They are just parts, all right? If that doesn't make any sense, then by all means, go back to this and memorize that. So this is human destiny stuff. In Theravada Buddhism, they believe in arhats. These are perfected people or sainted persons. This is a person who has overcome the 3 poisons. They've escaped samsara, and they have achieved this by following the Eightfold Path. All right, they are enlightened beings, arhats. So let's have a look at Mahayana Buddhism. This is a term used to describe a number of traditions, including Zen, Tibetan, and Pure Land. And they believe that the Buddha remains active in the world and you can actually encounter the Buddha. There is a concept of Sunyata, which is emptiness, and Buddha nature from Pure Land Buddhism, which we'll get to. So, Sunyata. Nothing has a fixed or independent nature. Everything exists in relation to everything else. And this can lead to trust, compassion, and selflessness. You can see how this is linked to the other teachings we've looked at earlier in this video and in previous videos. So what is Buddha nature? Essentially, we are all born with the true essence of the Buddha already inside us. This is our Buddha nature. It's hidden by our desires, our attachments and hatreds, which are the 3 poisons. But when we truly realize this and understand the Buddha's teaching, we can achieve Buddhahood. We all essentially have that within us already. It's just hidden from us. In Mahayana Buddhism, we also have this concept of a Bodhisattva. This is a person who is able to reach nirvana but chooses not to do so out of compassion for others. They combine being compassionate with being wise. They remain within samsara to help other people achieve enlightenment. And they do this by practicing the 6 perfections. The Bodhisattva vow is here. However innumerable sentient beings are, I vow to save them. So a good idea is to explain 2 differences between an arhat and a bodhisattva and refer to Buddhist teachings. That would be a 5-marker question. Quickly, let's have a look at Pure Land Buddhism. This is based on faith in Amitabha Buddha. It is the largest form of Buddhism in Japan, and it rose in significance after the Second World War. And the hope is to be reborn into the Pure Land, where the idea is Amitabha Buddha will help you gain true enlightenment. So how do you reach the Pure Land? You reach the Pure Land by reciting scriptures, meditating on Amitabha, worshipping Amitabha, chanting his name, and making praises and offerings to Amitabha. Here's another question. Pure Land Buddhism offers an easy way to gain enlightenment. Explain. And we have a structure for a 12 marker here. Define, agree, our newly changed, D, different point of view, a Buddhist teaching, another opinion, and your conclusion. Good luck.